What is up, you guys? Matt from My Process, and guys, today I want to talk to you guys about something that I've really been thinking about. This is just something that I've really been going through in my life, and something that I've been experiencing, and I got a lesson out of that experience that I really want to show you, that I want to share with you guys. And that lesson is to stop waiting for Gary Vee to answer your DM or your comment or whatever it is. Stop dreaming about, being on the Ask Gary Vee show, and stop waiting for someone that you look up to answer, a question that you have, or to help you get out of a situation that you're having trouble in. Stop waiting for that day that, the influencer that you look up to, finally answers your DM about, you're not getting enough sales, or you're not getting clients, or you're not, getting followers or something like that. And this is not only for Gary Vee, but anyone that you look up to. Stop waiting for them to solve your problems for you. I'll go through Gary's comments, and every single day I see hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of comments on Gary's posts saying "Oh Gary, I need help," "Gary, I'm stuck," "Help me get out of this situation," "Gary, I need more of this, I need more of that," and a bunch of people who are complaining about the current situation that they're in instead of actually trying to figure out for themselves. And a lot of you guys who watch me, a lot of people who watch Gary and Ty Lopez and Grant Cardone and all these different people, a lot of these people are entrepreneurs. They call themselves entrepreneurs. But a real entrepreneur, if they go through something, if they're in a current situation that they want to get out of, they'll figure out a way to get out of it. They'll adapt. They'll start getting creative. They'll start experimenting. They'll figure it out on their self instead of looking at DMing or commenting on real entrepreneurs' posts, asking them for help or asking them for to help them get out of their current situation. And I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm perfect. I never ask Gary for help. I completely understand anything that you're going through. Anything that you maybe can't figure out for yourself. I get that. I was in that situation. I went through what you may be going through right now with trying to figure out trying to find someone to help me out, trying to find someone to answer my DM or answer my comment or whatever. I was experiencing the same thing when I used to do dropshipping. So I completely understand. For my dropshipping thing, I remember, I wasn't getting any sales from my dropshipping store, and so I started DMing Gary. I started DMing all these e-commerce gods. Most of them didn't really respond at all, and I was just waiting for that day. I was just waiting for that day for one of them to respond and be this is exactly what you need to do, and this is the exact path that you need to go on. These are the exact advertisements that you need to do, and stuff like that. I was waiting for this one moment, instead of figuring it out for myself. But one day I just realized why am I waiting on these other entrepreneurs to solve my problem that I'm going through, instead of actually figuring it out for myself, and and going through the whole process of experimenting and trying and failing, and finally getting it, and finally getting the results and stuff like that. It just I said, I was going through the exact same thing, and then I realized that one thing that entrepreneurs figure it out, and I need to figure out this problem and why I'm not getting sales. So I started experimenting. I started getting creative. I started trying out Facebook ads that I wouldn't normally do. I started getting creative with the type of content I was posting on the social media advertising, to get my dropshipping store out there and stuff like that. So I just started getting creative. I started figuring out for myself, and positive results, and the positive results came. You know what I'm saying? So and if you ask any entrepreneur, anyone that's successful right now, they'll say that they got to where they were now because they figured it out. They figured out how to get out of their current situation. A lot of people who are born into a lot of successful people who are born in slums and were born to very, very poor households, they got out because they saw something that other people didn't, and they figured it out for themselves. They figured out how to get out of their situation and how to start getting results in their life, and how to really get out of the life that they were in and enter a life just absolute success and stuff. So guys, you really just have any time that you are faced with a problem or faced with a situation that you don't want to be in, instead of asking for guidance from other people, other successful people, asking for advice from from social media influencers, if you sit down with yourself and figure it out for yourself on how to fix that problem or how to get out of a situation, you will have a lot more positive results. And throughout this whole process of trying to figure out how to get out of that situation, or or how to fix that one problem, or how to solve that one problem. You start figuring stuff about yourself that you didn't know. You start building skills like creativity and leadership and all these different things, because you're taking a role that most people wouldn't want to take, because people like to look for easy ways to get out of their problem instead of actually figuring out the problem for themselves. I just want to tell you guys, like, the reason why I'm talking about this now was because a couple months ago, like, my social media wasn't growing at all. Like, I wasn't getting any new followers. Like, my engagement was dropping. I stopped getting DMs and stuff, and I was like really just like, I started getting mad at myself and stuff like that. I started dreaming up this vision of me one day getting on the Ask Gary Vee show, and I asked Gary Vee, like, how do I build my personal brand and stuff like that. Like, I'm documenting my process, and he gives me the answer, and then he shouts out my page. And then I get thousands and thousands of followers that are Gary Vee's followers and stuff like that. Like, I just created this dream for myself of this, of me getting on the Ask Gary Vee show, and that day never came, and I started getting more sad, and I started really doubting, should I keep doing this and stuff like that. I realized, like, I call myself an entrepreneur, yet I'm asking for another entrepreneur's input on how to solve my own problem. So I realized on that day, if I ever have a problem, I'm going to face it for myself, and I'm gonna try and figure it out for myself. And what happened was, and I don't know if you guys have noticed, I really took initiative on my account. I stopped doing the same things every single day, where I post a video and then do the same. I post the same type of video with the same type of hashtags, with the same comment, with the same Instagram story. I'm saying, I stopped doing the same thing every single day, and I really tried changing things up. I really started experimenting. I don't know if you guys saw, I got on the Snapchat platform. I'm posting every single day on my Snapchat. I just got more active on Twitter, and I'm really starting to dial down on that. I started posting a ton more on Instagram stories. I started experimenting with different content on my Instagram. I started posting different types of content on my YouTube. I'm starting to put thumbnails on on the front of my videos on Instagram and YouTube. I'm starting to do all these different things. I'm starting to experiment with a bunch of different things. One of my 2018 goals was get more followers from my social media accounts. So really, I had to figure out how am I going to grow my Instagram account. I started getting creative, and so I started doing all these things. And I can already see for the first 2 weeks of 2018, I can already see so many changes in my account, with people interacting more with me, and a lot more engagement is coming and stuff like that. So yeah, guys, I'm here to tell you, just through experience, the last couple months that I've had, that if you're going through something right now, understand that ultimately in the long run, that will be the most beneficial for you in your journey, to solve the problem for you, because you get the greatest lesson out of it. So I hope each and every single one of you have an amazing day, and just keep loving the process. I love you guys, and thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys later.